This is Gypsy Hermitage Tarot. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to connecting on Facebook or donating to my channel, please see the description box below. So this is going to be the Divine Masculine's thoughts and feelings for the Divine Feminine. It can be any signs on the masculine or the feminine's part. So let's go. Let's get the first cards from the Shadows and Light deck. Let's see what's going on with the Divine Masculine. Bottom of the deck for the Divine Masculine is your sensuality is beautiful. He's really attracted to his feminine. This is the thing, okay. This same card. When I did my first reading like this, the same card came out concerning the divine feminine and karmic ties that the masculine has. He lumps her with everyone else. It's really because, he's attracted to women that have a pronounced sexiness, a pronounced sexuality. Like he's really sexually attracted to a certain type. Most likely, they all have a certain kind of beauty, a certain kind of confidence. See, like she's just herself. She is cool with exactly how she rolls in whatever setting, even if she's in the gutter, which she's like in the sewer system, just chilling, you know. But he always comes in and out of the lives of these women, whether they have children with him, whether they are his ex-wives, whether they're just ex-girlfriends, or even love interests that never went too far because he didn't allow it. Whatever it is, some of you masculines are juggling three women at once right now, but that's what that's what attracts him to them, and what holds him is not love with these women, and he's lumped, like I said, the feminine in with those. Right now he is going through, let me see. It's like he has a lot going on in his psyche right now of various levels and various degrees. And it's funny because in the very first reading of this sort, we saw him intoxicated and overindulging. Here, it's like either someone is a narcissist in his life, or he is being narcissistic in the life of his feminine. So there's a lot going on. He's bored right now. He's stuck when it comes to relationship or connection, because it's really been so one dimensional with the sensuality, but he's growing in wisdom. I mean, it's like the intermingling of the divine realm and the worldly. You know what I mean? And not just any part of the worldly. It's like the low down part of life is mixed in with the divine realm. Like he's healing from heartbreak here at the same time that he's bored and stuck in something. And I don't think it's like he's growing in wisdom, but he doesn't know what the purpose of it is. Where is this really going to lead me? Why am I having these experiences or being drawn toward wisdom when at the same time I just want to dominate people sexually, you know? But I'm heartbroken for some of the ones that I connect with. It's just a lot. It's like so messy. It's so messy. Oh, this is a mess. Clarifying the lady with the Bosch egg, the ancient wisdom that he's dabbling into. The problem is that he needs to imagine that this can be a reality, that there is such a thing as divine love, really deep, real love. And even if he is imagining that, on the one hand, on the other hand, when it comes to not knowing where it's going to lead. He's going to be faced with making a change. He's this, yeah, he might be daydreaming, having downloads because he's studying deeper into the divine wisdom of things, of love, of relationship, of ties between human beings in general, love in specific. He's probably fucked around with enough divine feminines of various races, of various depths of wisdom, that he is causing him to grow. Like, it really is causing him to grow. But at a certain point, he's going to be faced with making a decision. Ooh. And it's not so much that there's a time limit on it, but with his feminine, when it comes to his feminine, see, there's a time limit on how he plays around with women. With certain women, him being dominant, if he's been dominating women sexually and only allowing it to be in that one dimensional realm, yeah, it's time out for that. He's run out of time when it comes to that. And it might have to do with his age, I don't know. He's running out of time when it comes to that, because he's leading, what it's leading to is a permanent heartbreak with his feminine. See, he's running out of time with her, and he knows it, and that breaks his heart, that his feminine does not just give him an unlimited amount of time, but it's because he's kept her bored and stuck by, like, giving her some of his energy or some of his love, like he does all his lovers and exes and whomever, but he never lets it go anywhere. So as he's kept her stuck in this kind of energy, she is on the brink, if she hasn't already walked away from him permanently. He knows that she is walking away or has already left him permanently, and that's why he's heartbroken, because he's kept her in a stuck energy, and you can't do that. Look at this. See? Time to take a break. It's like the separation card in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Time for a rest, time for a nap. When you're feminine, when your feminine needs a break from you, every time you connect with her and every time you get her in this stuck energy, this is the same energy, just two different decks, same energy, stuck behavior. You keep fucking her up like this energetically, and she keeps needing a break from you. Let's pull a card, just to see if the card I'm envisioning comes out. The not for you card. Let's see. Ooh. God pulls her away from you. God will not let you masculine, whether you are her masculine or not, whether you are just some dude or what, God will not let you indefinitely play with his divine feminine. He will not. Or whatever you call the divine realm. God, to me, is a very good name for it. It encompasses the energy of it. It encompasses the authority of it. Whether you call it the universe, there's an authority to creation. That when you fuck around with creation enough, look at wild animals. When people have wild animals living on their property, or they're a part of some type of circus act, eventually those animals attack them. Their nature comes up. It's the same thing with the feminine, but it's also the same thing with the energy or the intention. You're taking a low down intention towards something that has a pure intention towards you. It's going to bite you in the ass. Okay, God got something for your ass when you do that. Because you want to live like this with a foot in each world, and that doesn't work. Light dispels darkness. Truth knocks the brains out of falsehood. That's the truth. That's the truth. And if you would just submit to what it really is, you would be so blessed. Your life would transform from this just grimy unhappiness, because you're not happy, masculine. You're not. You're not happy in this condition. You can't be. That's not the recipe for happiness. Yep, see? Bottom of the deck. Ooh, damn. Bottom of the deck, you have to choose your path. And the right path is going to lead you to your feminine. The right path, but you have to choose it. And it has to be a path of wisdom. Right under that, there may be an elder that's very wise who's been trying to help you get where you need to go, but it's like you have to choose it for yourself. It looks like the masculine is growing, but he's fighting it at the same time to some extent. He's fighting it with his old behaviors. Not that he's deep in it, because it doesn't say that, but we'll see when we get to the tarot, right? But he's learning, like, that's the beauty. He's a little bit afraid of the learning, and what he's seeing or experiences that he's having is freaking him out a bit, but he's growing. Trust in it, though. He has to learn to trust in it. Surround yourself with positive energy. Protect your growth. Don't just share with everybody, because everybody cannot help it. Cannot handle it. You might find yourself mocked, and that might turn you back or make you feel discouraged. But you're growing. Like, some of the masculine are connecting with their emotions. And it reminds them of their feminine, of how beautiful her love flows out of her. Mm. They're learning that exchanging energy gives them the good and the bad experience. It shows them what love or where love really has been, because they've exchanged certain energies with certain people. And among those people has been the feminine. They need to learn to trust happiness, trust positive energy, because you know, that's where their path should be, a path of positive energy, but that's also where their feminine will also be. That's the only way they'll reconnect with her. I have other oracle cards I'm going to pull, but first I'm going to go into tarot. But already, this is different. Like, this is not how my first and second one was. It's not. I'm very encouraged by this. Right? For the first line of tarot, I'm just pulling from bottom of the deck. After that, I'm going to shuffle cards out to clarify these energies. We're going to see. So, new bottom of the deck is balance. See? Balancing out, right? Your previous life versus your new life. Where you've always been in your life experience, which is bottom of the deck in the divine deck. It's interesting that that's there, and having a balance between that previous condition and where God is guiding you, where divine is guiding you. So, ooh, divine masculine, you have the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Water. It's like, the way you think about the feminine is that when it comes to passion and beauty and fame and just how you both rock in the world, you're a match. You're a match with your feminine. Like, you both have very similar effects on others and similar qualities. Like, you're both sexy as hell, right? You both pull people of the opposite sex in the same with the same degree and same numbers. Like, not that you both are hoish, but just that you're the opposite sex is attracted to both of you at that same level. Like you both are have that kind of renown or fame, or you're known for it, you know? When it comes to stability, you're growing in material wealth in the same way as your feminine, even if it's like regular everyday kind of lifestyle. So if your feminine is the type of successful that she just really she has her own home, she keeps it up well, she's good with money, you are growing into that. Like in yeah, you're growing it. You know that this is she's your ideal. And she's beautiful as hell, like this says. You know what I mean? And you both may have, you may suspect that she has had a, she may have cheated, or she may have had, you know, lovers where she wasn't on the up and up, or she wasn't as forthcoming or wanted a relationship with him, or she has similar qualities to you, like she has gotten down in similar ways as you, like you all really, you know what I mean, like that's what you think. You think that because she's your equal in passion, in beauty, in magnetism, right? That she must also be have had experience as a cheater. But at the same time, it's almost like it's not that you don't care, because you do. The masculine is very sensitive when it comes to his feminine being trustworthy more than himself. You know what I mean? Like he wants somebody who can be as loyal, even more loyal to him than he has been able to be. But at the same time, it's like he's afraid that when it really comes down to it, he's going to be hurt like he has hurt others. But she's still his ideal. And it's gonna come true. He feels like it's gonna come true, but he's afraid of it at the same time. Clarify the Queen of Wands for the masculine's uh, thoughts and feelings. Why does he feel that she's a Queen of Wands? It's like he's been seeking information about his feminine, and as soon as he feels like he gets more confirmation that this is his person, he receives some truth in a way that's not tactful, that kind of, you know what I mean, kind of like hurts him or makes him afraid or makes him hesitant. Like he loves this about her, but he's also like, he knows he has karma coming to him, or he's already experienced karma with a karmic relationship, and he doesn't want to experience the karma of his past coming through his feminine. That's what it is. But in him going out and seeking information about her, it makes him feel a little insecure. Clarify the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords. Clarify that for the masculine's feelings about the feminine. Because he feels this so strongly. Like the connection is so strong between them. He does not, or it like just the thought that she could be closely like him in habits, in this kind of habit of lying and cheating, makes him scared as fuck. Like it does on the for his own heart. You know what I mean? Clarify the King of Pentacles with how he feels about his feminine. Yeah. And he knows that she's so stable and loyal, it's not hard for her to find someone else. See, and that's also adds to the fear of her propensity to draw people in that's equal to his. You know, her draw is equal to his. So it's just like, what are you gonna, you know clarify the new person. He worries about it. Like it scares the shit out of him. Like he really, it does. He has a lot of fears about it. Like it makes him, how does his worry affect him when it comes to action? Mm, it's a burden. It makes him hesitate. It feels like a burden. It feels like such a burden. Like he has to work so hard not to worry. Ooh, clarify the Five of Swords. Lord have mercy. But this is what he needs to balance out. Your guilt of your own and your knowledge of your own life experience, masculine, is not the feminine's. You have to balance that out. You have to be realistic. Even though he went out in search of information and the information he received or the truth he received came to him in a tactless way, right? It doesn't mean that the feminine is as wild as you think. You know, that's just how you think about it. That's not necessarily what she is. Okay, Lord have mercy. Yeah. I'm not going to take, well, maybe. Yeah. See, because some of it really has to do with his issues, his abandonment issues with the Nine of Wands, the masculine, whoever this masculine is, it really has to do with some issues he has with abandonment or with whatever it is, being cheated on, or people leaving him because of things he's done to them. He has to heal. He really has. That's the only way. He has to heal from his abandonment issues. He has to heal from being afraid of being hurt. He has to heal those energies in order to balance it out. He can't just project that onto the feminine. Clarify the King of Wands and the masculine. Yeah. Because not that women cannot have an ego from being beautiful. A lot of the times, beautiful women, it's just like beautiful men. The ego is involved in our beauty. Those that are beautiful. I'm not as beautiful as I used to be, but I understand it because I always did have there is a privilege to it. You are treated, better than people that are not as attractive. And so he looks at his ego as being a right, which a male ego is, but he looks at the female ego as if it should not be. That she should not have such an ego. You know what I mean? It's like, but his ego is a right. He's a king about it. It's a part of being the emperor. She should diminish hers. But the facts of the matter is that the world tries you when you're beautiful, when you're charming, when you're fashion, all of those things that cause people to be drawn toward you, male and female. The world worships that. So she's going to, if she has preserved herself or is naturally beautiful and all of those things, the world is drawn toward her, just like the world is drawn towards you, masculine. You can't diminish her light. She's your equal. See? I didn't even get it out. She's your equal. She's going to be a star. And I'm not talking, again, this is not about males and females. Let me get an example, like Angelina and Brad. You know what I mean? They ended up not even being able to make it work because, for whatever reason, and I don't know their business, but they're both stars, you can, this is what I'm going to say to all divine masculine. You don't want a diminished light in your feminine. This is your equal. You want her to be able to shine just like you want the freedom to shine. There's a couple. Well, I first started watching this channel because of the woman who's a van lifer, Candace Love. And she met her, she had gone through years of healing herself, of living nomadically, and just has such a beautiful, she has a YouTube channel. I believe she has an Instagram channel, and she's on TikTok. Such a beautiful soul, but also physically beautiful. Like, she pulled the men in. Like, but she's also a beautiful soul. She's done so much work. Now she's married to her soulmate, and they met on Instagram, I believe, because of the meditation work. Both of them, the soul healing, both of them have been on separately. So now, even now, because they both did so much soul healing work separately and individually for so long before they ever met, she said they don't even argue. It's like, you don't, what are you arguing with someone about because you don't agree on something, or you don't see something in the exact same way, or their growth is in a subject matter is one way and your perspective is another way. There's no point. You're not going to take me away from my peace. They both have cultivated inner peace so well that there's no reason. You know what I mean? And it's like that. If you come to, this is just the reminder to the masculine. You can't eschew her to have a journey of letting go of her ego if you're still in the ego. You know, you can't throw stones in this. Her journey is for herself. She has healing to do too. So you stop judging hers. And this is only for the masculines who know who their feminines are, you know. But a lot of times, from what I've seen in authentic couples, in separation and in union, is that traditional male, and there's nothing wrong with it, does show up in the relationship, you know, with a bit of judgment that's not his to judge. You cannot mold her and shape her. That's not this. That's not twin flame. She is you in another person. You are her in another person. And as you don't want to be controlled, you can't control her. That's the difference. Okay? She's a star too, not just you. She's also a star. Anyway, it's so, look at this. And right under that, look at that. Oh my God. Oh, it's time for somebody, for some couples. I don't know who you are. I don't need to know. But God is calling you. Focus on the love. Focus on the judgment, the calling that you're being guided back to each other as the emperor, not as the egomaniac that you're growing out of, or whatever your condition was. I'm not trying to call names. I'm sorry. But she's growing and healing, and it's calling you because you're growing and healing just on your own naturally. Masculine, you're growing and healing. So don't judge and worry. Don't put yourself in such a burdened condition of worry that she's coming back into your life, where you're going to come back together only for her to hurt you like you hurt her. That's not her journey. She's not on that. She's not trying to do that. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you're coming back together. Look at that. If there were three, if it was a third party situation, she's the one that's the ideal out of the choices. Whether she had other choices, you had another choice, yeah, you both stand out. as being the ideal. You were both heartbroken. If you knew each other before, or if you were coming out of something else that broke your hearts, you both stand out to each other is the point, as the one that you want, as being the ideal, the twin, and you want to be together forever. Both of you, if you're older people, you've been going through your journey for years, for a long time, and now you want the heaven for a long time, for the rest of your life. Even if you're young, you feel that way. You feel like it feels like it's been lifetimes since you've been together. And now you want it to be a happy family life, stable financial security, finding magic in just the little things in life. You might love each other's voices. You might love the way each other smells even without perfume or cologne. It's the little things. Like you admire what a mother, if she's a mother. Look at how she takes care of everybody. She might need you, not need you, but yes, you're going to need each other for something, you know, maybe to stop everyone from pulling on her. She might have to stop people from pulling on you, whatever it is, because if you're twins, you're going to have some of the same tendencies really strongly. Let's get a new bottom of the deck. Knight of Water, falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and invitation to a social event. Man, ooh, and then the Two of Cups right under that. Listen, 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 listen. It's just time. Some of you are meeting a brand new person who is your twin, and they have twin energy between you as well as soulmate energy between you. It's like both. But it's whatever it is, the connection itself is so strong. The chemistry is like unbelievably strong. And if you've already been through a false twin experience, where it was mostly toxic effects on each other and things like that, this is going to be like nothing you could ever imagine. Okay? All right, let's look at your feminine. What kind of feminine is she? What kind of feminine is she? Look at this. Bottom of the deck is the divine feminine. I mean, I just laid the cards out, looked at the deck, and was like, and to cinch the deal, who are we talking about? We're talking about the divine feminine. She says, I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever expanding love. She's growing more in her power. She desires to grow more, but she probably needs you. Like you need each other to fully heal, to fully grow, to get over fears. It's time for stability and long-term relationship. So the feminine is in the energy of Saraswati, Lalita, Rita of Kasha, Pope Joan, Brigide, and Thekla. Saraswati is the goddess of self-knowledge. She says the essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. This is a woman. Excuse me. Let me get some tea. This is a woman who accepts herself. Like she knows herself. She's the black sheep of the family, but she's not insecure. Like she's confident in who she is. Which is why whenever you all would have times of separation or in past lives things have not worked out, it didn't knock her off of who she is. She still has been the same person, just growing in her journey. Many of those that are like this in this deep self knowledge, but also divine, have in past lives with you, masculine, have chalked it up that no, this particular lifetime is just about me and God, me staying true to my divine path. And she's been happy with that. Not that she doesn't miss you or feel the pull towards you, but if that's where she was supposed to be, she's fine with that. She flows that way effortlessly. She's not thirsting and chasing and saying, "Oh, you have a wife. I'm talking to your wife. He's my divine soulmate. He needs to be," and all that. That's worldly. And that's not evolved. And that is not the journey. Let me get all these readings and see if he's any closer. Is he closer to coming towards me now? Is he? No, no, that's not this. The true divine feminine, the true divine feminine, if she's with her masculine and it's time, meaning he's grown and they can be in union now, in peace, balanced in their emotions, moving forward, building business and legacy in their service of others, that's when she wants it. But there is a wisdom to going toward each other before it's time. You cannot force the union between divine masculine and divine feminine before time without reaping pain, sometimes damage to the union, to the connection. Even we've all experienced, some of us, many of us, probably all of us that are divine feminines, they're not a lot. We've experienced trying to do that when it's not time and the pain that comes along with that. In the Lalita, she's the red goddess. She says playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Some of you have such, there's like a wit, that a natural wit of humor that you carry with you, but you're easily happy. Like you laugh easily. You don't let things get you down. It's like if I'm going through hardship, this is how you think. I'm not talking about me. If I'm going, you say to yourself, if I'm going through hardship, while I'm going through it, I'm going to make myself happy. You talk easily with others. You relate easily to others. You make people laugh. You enjoy that because you're naturally humorous. And not that you're a stand up comedian, but I'm just saying, you have a lightness of your spirit. It's a gift. It's a gift. It puts people at ease. It makes them instantly feel better. And it makes you feel that way too. The next one is Rita of Kasha. She's the patroness of impossible causes. Oh, she says, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Some of you, and she looks like Mother Teresa, right? Who did not have an unblemished record, we come to find out. But just the idea of a woman who's saintly like this. It's an impossible cause to try and bring about racial harmony in this world, the harmony between men and women at this point. There's so much disharmony, you know, families in disunity. There's so much disharmony. Some of you divine feminines, or some of your masculine, some of your divine feminines are the type of women that don't give up. Like they serve their families, right, tirelessly. They serve their communities tirelessly. They're the watchdogs of their culture, of their race, of their countries, of their lands, whatever it is that they are so loyal to, of standing up for nature, for trying to save the planet before we just destroy ourselves. and become a dead planet like so many others? Do you think we could not? Do you think there were not life forms on dead? If you've ever taken astronomy classes and you hear about planets that were once alive and are now dead, some that were similar to the Earth, some that were altogether different, do you not think that God is so vast in his creation that he could create this one planet and not create others with other life form? But something happened similar to our mad crap, and they destroyed it. Because God doesn't create and then destroy. How do I know? Because there are stars that have been set in their positions, in their orbits for eons of time. Never moved, never done anything different than how they were created in the beginning. And then there are those that did do something different and they were destroyed. Or there are those, I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. We don't know everything. We only know, and we only know a very limited amount of truth based on this one planet. And even from what we discover about it, we always seek to destroy the natural condition of it. That's how you know what we have the potential to do to this to ourselves. So it's an impossible cause to think about, but some of you are born, some of the feminines are born with such a fire in their belly to tackle the causes that seem the most impossible. It's true. Some of them are in the energy of Pope Joan, the pontiff of possibilities. Isn't that crazy? So, right next to one feminine who goes after the impossible causes is the feminine that believes in the possibilities, who knows that if I'm alive and I've been given a vision, then the possibility of me living this vision is also true and limitless. She says the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Oh my God. I feel like this is such a powerful shift. Like there are going to be couples coming together. Oop, I'm shaking the table. Sorry. There are going to be couples coming together very soon. Anyway, there's Brigitte, the goddess of the eternal flame. She never forgets her masculine. She never disconnects with divine. She never forgets to love herself, care for herself. She says, I am an eternal flame of the twin flames. I am an eternal flame. I never forget my soul. And each day my light grows brighter. This feminine is growing so much, it doesn't even matter what her masculine thinks and feels about the journey. He is being drawn to her with such force. She's just drawn him in like that's how this is going to be a feminine who is almost instantaneously about to be in relationship, in union, in marriage with her masculine. Watch. Somebody's going to bear witness to that shit. The last one is Thecla, the prophetess of true power. She says, I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. Now, there was Soulful Revolution, the woman that does, and I know her name, but what is her name? Shoot. But Soulful Revolution, the tarot channel, talks about the different kinds of twins and how some twins, and it's a word for it, but I don't know the word. I don't memorize stuff. I just go by what I'm being, drawn to in a moment. And some twins are actually here to live their journey separately, independently of each other, maybe sometimes coming into contact with each other, but for the most part, they're so highly evolved that they're on their own. their orbit is there, or even their connection within the orbit and union never leaves them. They don't have codependency with their twin. They don't need have that need. You know what I mean? It's like yeah. I can't. It's too much to try and go into. So, let me see what the divine says about the masculine. Yeah. See, what was holding him back all this time is what he's always done in his life experiences, his life, his same. He was making the same mistakes, you know, doing the same shit. Ooh, but divine is doing this shit. Look at that. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, Justice, Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands coming in quickly. Seven of Wands defending the tide. Listen, listen, listen. Justice. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. But in tarot, the Justice card, right, is when the twins come together. It's when he realizes what he needs to do to have his feminine. Passionate new beginning, Ace of Wands. Eight of Wands is coming in quickly. Seven of Wands, defending the bond against naysayers, against people who thought they were each twin's person. Whatever it is, yeah, this is different. This is different. So I can't say this is for every twin. I can't say that. What I will say, because I've done readings before, and when I used to do live readings back in the day, probably a couple of years to a year ago, a year and a half ago maybe, um, I would do a reading and then people would come and tell me that exactly what I told them happened and they were engaged. So I'm telling you, it's about timing. It's always, always, always about timing. There's no reason to grieve over your person if you are truly a divine feminine. If, okay, so let's look at these. Life experience, Six of Pentacles, Prince of Wands, Strength, the Star, Six of Cups, High Priestess. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm going to say the majority of who your twin is either someone from your life in this life, from your past, or from a past life, which for most twins is true. Even if you've never been together in this life, you've known each other in past lives. That's the journey, you know. You're one. You're one flame. You're one soul. So it's not that you're ever not connected or not the one soul. You're always the one soul. But every lifetime, both of you don't reincarnate every lifetime. Some lifetimes, one comes down without the other side, or you both come down, but you have separate journey. I mean, there's limitless possibilities, limitless, but you're still intact. Okay. So it looks like something about the masculine's life experience is showing him that good, the path, the journey of good, the realm of goodness, of positivity, which he's been learning up here, remember, it comes back to you always. Good always returns to you. Karmic returns too, but it doesn't come back as good. Only something that purely is good comes back as good. There is money coming back in, and it also, whenever you, and I have an example of this. of someone that was in a toxic relationship, finally got away from that person, met someone, or went back to someone they always were friends with. They ended up getting married. His luck, he was like, he just seems to be lucky since he married this person. Like, brand new job that he loves more than his other one. Just everything, travel, happiness, everything. That's how it is with the twins. You have to know that. Divine or God is saying, masculine, you are going to be strong enough to honor this relationship without your cheating ways or without being promiscuous sexually. You are. You're actually working on it now. You're actually like taking action to strengthen yourself, to use your inner strength to overcome it because you know who she is, because you don't want you all to have that level of toxicity in your relationship, and it's healing you. It's actually healing you from the need for it, because really what it came from was unresolved childhood trauma. See? And even though this card is you and your twin, it's also indicative of the fact that, things that happened in your childhood before you could even help yourself that were not your fault. Healing from that. Knowing that's what this was all about, the Prince of Wands. That's what it was all about. Just knowing that. You don't have to tell anybody that. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. Okay. Yeah. Your heart is healing from all of the lost loves in your life, all of the love affairs and relationships that never went well, never turned out right. Yeah. All the one night stands, all the missed attempts, all the times you were strung along or you strung someone along, being confused by having so many options. You're healing from that. You're reminiscing from all of those things, but you're also, yeah, you knew how that you were gaslighting people, wearing a mask, you know, not really wanting to connect too deeply with everybody because you knew. It's like a part of you knew you were looking for a specific thing. There was a specific person you were supposed to find. And because you're healing from this, yeah, there's a lightning that won't allow you to go forward with it anymore. It's like sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. You're growing out of it. Like I said down here, you're using your strength to do it. Stopping the pattern. Yeah. You're getting rid of it. You're ending it. But you're keeping to yourself your next move. So even like, and let me show you why this is relevant. Ooh, and bottom of the deck is ascending. Oh my God, masculine. Oh my God. This is why this is so authentically resonating. Is because the body, and I've been trying to keep a cap on my reaction. Bottom of the deck in the past life is karmic relationship. You can't, masculine, let anybody from your past know what you're about to go into, who you're about to pick. You're still kind of wearing a mask only because you can't show your hand. You cannot show your hand because some of these motherfuckers are going to hit the roof. Facts. Okay? Whew. Show me who the divine masculine, divine feminine has been in the past, in past lives. Who have they been to each other in past lives? Yeah, male, female relationship. Who have they been in past lives? Ooh. Yeah, you were married. Some of you have been having dreams about being married to a specific person. It's from a past life. If you've been, it's almost like you're there. Some of you, but the outfits are outdated. It's just like, why are we in this forest, or why are we getting married outside? And she has on this big old dress, and I'm looking like, a lame or whatever. But it's like all about nature. Like you got married in underneath like these huge trees and out in nature. Some of you, let me know who this resonates with. Yeah. Some of you remember your twin having two children with your twin, like back in other lifetimes. Okay, I thought I'm gonna take it. Yep. Some of you are artists. You and your twin are artists. Okay. Ooh. One of you is an artist in the connection, and the other is a writer, oh but you complement each other's artistry. One is a musician. What am I saying? It's not paintings. One of you is a musician and one of you is a writer. And you're gonna come together and make beautiful, maybe twin flame type of music together. But you both have abandonment issues with the orphan card. And because you both have abandonment issues, you're going to cling to each other. But you had to grow in order to get to the point that you could cling to each other, that you could not harm, because you're both very sensitive to how the other one feels about you, you know? So you couldn't come together and just be hurting each other. That wouldn't work. So there's going to be a lot of forgiveness, right? A lot of prayer or meditation, some type of spirituality, peace, evoking peace, ascending in the connection. You're going to be moving to where you live in the same place. Either one of you is going to move to where the other one moves, or you're going to both agree to move to a certain location together. You're going to pool your resources. I mean, this is about to happen. Like, what's going on? Uh-oh. What's this? Okay. So, yeah. Look, what's funny is that the divine masculine used to be a nun in a previous life, and the divine feminine, I mean, a monk, and the divine feminine used to be a nun. And in this life, you all have acted that way in your life. There's been something about the masculine and the feminine that has been deeply spiritual alone. Like her always had hermit tendencies, like a monk or a nun, but very spiritual, very religious, whether in a religious way or just an individual spiritual type of seeking wisdom and peace and harmony and service. This is your reading. Let me know in the comments how this resonates. I'm sorry I haven't done a lot of readings from my channel, but I hope you like this one. Let me know what you think, okay? Peace.